Hello, Andy here with a progress report on GoodData for Visual Studio Code. Things are getting festive here in Prague as Christmas is drawing closer. Meanwhile, we've prepared a new release of our extension for VS Code. So let's get to business. Besides the usual bug fixes and performance improvements, the new release brings visualizations to analytics as code. This is a good opportunity for me to talk about our YAML-based syntax in general and go into a little bit more details on why and how we decided to take this route. Tomasz, a colleague of mine, just recently published an article about that, so make sure to check out the link in the description, and while you're there, also make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss the next upload. So why YAML? In short, it's a good middle ground. It is simple, flexible, well-known, and not scary for non-technical users. Yet with an IDE and a good plugin for it, it can be as powerful as any other language that we could have built instead. So let's have a look what kind of objects we can define with YAML. First, we have a definition of your logical data model, which is an abstraction layer on top of your physical database schema. Keeps the project maintainable, adds extra metadata, and an option to run some last-mile transformations. Each dataset is represented by a YAML document with a title, description, tags, fields mapping to your database, and references between datasets. If you need a little more flexibility, you can also build a dataset on top of an SQL statement instead of a physical table. GoodData plugin will help you to design your LDM with syntax highlighting, semantic validation, and autocomplete. You can even preview the field mapping and SQL queries right from VS Code. Date dimensions are represented as a separate object in the GoodData world. You can specify the granularities that can be used with each date dimension, as well as default formatting for the date string. Next, we have metrics. In our docs, we say that metrics is a computational expression of numerical data. To keep it simple, think of it as a building block, a partial SQL statement that you can use in different contexts. It can be sliced and filtered ad hoc, yet it will keep its semantical meaning. The important fields for the metric object are MACL, that's the name of our metric defining syntax, and format, to specify the default number formatting. As with datasets, you can preview the metric and add some slicing right in VS Code. Together, datasets, date dimensions, and metrics define the semantic layer of your analytics. That's what makes your analytical solution robust and dependable. You can be sure that the metric will keep its semantic meaning no matter how you slice it or how you filter it, and your analytical solution will not fall apart if you change a field name somewhere along the way. But we don't want to stop there. Presentation layer also deserves to benefit from the code approach and all the good things that come with it. Thus, we introduced visualizations in our last release. The visualization object consists of several sections. First, we have a query with fields definition, filters, and sorting. Think of this as a table view or a single Excel sheet that will be used to render the visualization. You will be able to preview this data in a table form with future releases, and we are considering if the query should be completely separated from the visualization and be reusable in the final version. What do you think about this idea? Leave the comment below the video. Next, we have the field mapping, meaning mapping between a field from the query and the part of the visualization it should affect. The mapping will be different for different chart types. Last, we have a visualization configuration section. Here you can define things like colors or where to put the chart's legend. And those are all the analytical objects that are supported by VS Code extension by the time this video is released. Next, we are planning to add dashboards, the final part of the presentation layer. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss this new release. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to those of you who celebrate, and see you next year.